Yes. So today's chapter is averages. And averages is a part of group 2. Our group 1 was percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest. So we need to have some latakti talwar on our head in order to be more disciplined. Because studying is not something that we enjoy as people. So we find all the reasons that are possible to procrastinate it. ठीक है, कभी कभी क्या है, ऑफिस का काम या फिर कॉलेज की पढ़ाई, कोई भी अननोन अननेसेसरी काम भी इंटरेस्टिंग लगने लगे पढ़ाई के सामने, ये सोच के कि पहले ये करके मैं पढ़ाई कर लूं, है ना। तो पढ़ाई का और अपना ऐसा रिश्ता होता है, तो इसलिए solid targets are important and that is why I'll be giving it to you. But meanwhile, we are now going to move ahead and do group 2. It's averages, one of my favorite chapters. One of the ये पूरा group is highly frequent chapter in arithmetic in CAT exam, and it is something that you might find very easy, but at the same time some people end up finding it very difficult. That is because they overcomplicate situations. And as I've always told you कि मैं हमेशा कोशिश करती हूँ कि हम simplify करें, हम universal method सीखें, हम वही approaches और shortcut सीखें जो हर question में apply हो, right? Unnecessarily complicated चीजें हम ना करें और जितना simplify करके सीख सके. And another thing is that we are going to focus on extreme fundamentals always. कि हम base समझेंगे हर एक चीज का logic समझेंगे कि क्यों हो रहा है, ठीक है? Okay. So talking about base, we are moving to basics of average. What is the basics of average? Let's say, do you know what is average? Average is basically, are you aware what is average and what is the formula of average? See, whenever the data set is given to you, weight of red, I want to use a different color, black. Okay, a weight है of 5 friends. Weight है of 5 friends. कितना? एक है 100 kg, मोटे मोटे दोस्त है. एक 120 kg का है, एक 130 kg का है, एक 115 kg का है, एक 125. obese people, right? And I ask you, what is the average? Our average weight of these people. What is the average then? How do you find what is the average weight of these people? What is the average weight of these people? Yes, sum of observations divided by number of observations. Right? Right? Very good. So 100 plus 120 plus 130 plus 115 plus 125 divided by 5. कितना आया इसका आंसर? कितना आया इसका आंसर? तो ये कितना है? 40 40 plus 30 70 80 90 0, तो 9 0, ठीक है. और फिर ये 1 2 3 4 5 118 is right, 117 is not right. Average is 118 kgs. ठीक है, average is 118 kgs. Correct? Correct? किसी का गलत आया था, उन्होंने करेक्ट कर दिया खुद को. Yes, okay. So this is what the average looks like. Now my claim here is that if you change weight of any person, your average will change. Is this true or false? Is this true or false? If you change weight of any person, your average weight will change. Your average weight. True? You saying it's true? So this concept is all what your entire average chapters for CAT exam will be based out of. If we change any data point, if we change number of people, if we add someone, if we remove someone, if we replace someone from the group of friends, what happens? That is whole what your averages chapter for CAT exam is based out of. Okay? And that is what we are going to study. So first is addition and removal. Okay? Either you add someone or you remove someone in the group. 5 people you add a 6th person, or 5 people you remove 1 person. There are 4 people now. Okay? What happens to your average? Your average either increases or decreases. What happens to it? That is what you need to find. Okay, to solve this question accordingly. कोई बहुत high concept नहीं है. It is something that we just discussed. There will be an old average. There will be a new average. The answers we have, very good, very good. Yes. So what is the answer we have? Traditional approach. If we take a traditional approach, we are like average marks of 20 students is 50. So we have average of 20 people, right? This is equal to sum of 20 people divided by 20, right? This is the average. Average is sum of all divided by average. So they are saying that average is 50 and there are 20 people. So we have always learned that whenever we know of any formula, जो भी हमें पता है हम लिख लेते हैं और जो नहीं पता वो हम निकालते हैं. तो अभी इस बार हमें एवरेज पता है और हमें टोटल लोग पता है. तो इससे हमको क्या पता चल रहा है, हमें सम पता चल रहा है. तो वो हम निकाल रहे हैं एटलीस्ट. सम ऑफ दिस 20 people is 1000. We move ahead after we have done this. When the class topper is removed from the set, the average now drops to 48. Class topper is removed. Now they are saying some topper is removed. What does this mean? This means that it's not from 20, it's 19 people. It's not 20, it's 19 people. Yes or no? Right? So now I'll be like, okay, average of this 19 people is equal to sum of these 19 people divided by 19, right? Which means now the average is 48, right? So 48 is equal to sum of these 19 people divided by 19, right? So then what is sum? How do we do? Repeatedly told you 50 into 19. How do we do it? How do we do it? We do 40 minus 2 into 19, or we do 40 minus 2 into 20 minus 1. Easier लगेगा करने के लिए. Minus 50 minus 40 plus 2. So basically it's 1000 minus 90. 1000 minus 90. कितना होता है 1000 minus 90? 910, right? Plus 2 is 912. So this is the sum. So this shows you the sum of 20 people and this is sum of 19 people, right? So when topper was removed, the sum also changed, right? So whatever will be the difference of these two sums will tell you what was topper's score, because topper you removed, na, baki things remain same, right? So basically topper ka value is equal to these 1000 people minus 912, which is 88. So topper had how many marks? 88 marks. How many marks did topper have? 88 marks. Are we good about this? Did you understand this concept? Yes. So basically we find two different sums. When we are given averages, we find two different sums. This was sum of 20 people. This is the average of 20 people. And this was sum of 19 people. So out of 20, you remove 1, you get 912. So you removed 88. That's why 1000 say 912 ban gaya. And that's why I know that toppers, this thing is 88. Are we good till here? Yes, good. So now we are going to solve same additional question here, which is about adding. अभी तुमने remove किया था, अभी तुम किसी को add कर रहे हो. You're adding somebody in the. Now it's 21 people. When the average becomes 16, it's 21 people now, right? So what is this new sum? 160 plus 16. Sorry. 20 is na? 320 plus 1 is 16. है ना? 20 plus 1 क्या बने? 16 2 is 32, तो 320 plus 16 1 is 16. So this is like 336. So what is the difference? What is the teacher's age? 336 minus 300. 36. Right? सबका आंसर आ गया था ये. Very good, very good, very good. चलो, तो इसी के बेसिस पे now do third question also. Addition and removal both happening. First you remove someone, the average changes. And then if instead of removing the that person, if the lightest member was removed, the average would have been differently changed. So what do we have? We have average of 14 people, है ना? इसे मैं बीच में लिखती हूँ, फिर हम बोलेंगे average of 14 people is 52, which is sum of these 14 people divided by 14. That gives us sum of all is 52 into 14. What is 52 into 14? हम कैसे करेंगे? 50 plus 2 करेंगे, है ना? Do you guys do it like this? ऐसे करते हो कि तुम नॉर्मली मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हो. What do you find easier? Do you find this easier or do you find normally multiplying easier? Normally, okay. तो देखो normally very good. So क्या है ना normally करते हो अच्छी बात है, but थोड़ा थोड़ा and there's nothing bad. It's about whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you can do fast. But at some places now these kind of approximation techniques can actually be very very beneficial. So I would suggest that put up a habit of doing it. ठीक है क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है कि when you just start it might be uncomfortable but as you keep doing it now 4 or 5 days only you do it फक्त 4 or 5 days just 4 or 5 days you do it and you realize कि ओ ठीक है ये तो हो रहा है तो दूसरा एवरेज क्या है एवरेज व्हेन हेवी पर्सन इज रिमूव्ड इज 50 सम डिवाइडेड बाय 13 पीपल नाउ राइट तो दिस इज सम माइनस हेवी पर्सन है ना the heavy person is subtracted. So you have 50 into 30 is equal to 650. Right? And दूसरा average जब कितना है 54 ये भी sum divided by 13 है. This is sum minus light person is 54 into 13 which is what 15 this is 13 fives are I like to do it like this. 13 fives are 65 so 650 plus 13 for the 52 that is 702. So अभी क्या होगा ये heavy वाले का होगा इन दोनों का डिफरेंस राइट द हेवी गाइज वेट इज हाउ मच इज द हेवी गाय वेट 728 minus 650 78 and what is the light guy's weight is 702 minus sorry 728 जो ओरिजिनल है वो minus 702 which is 26. तो इन दोनों का डिफरेंस कितना हुआ इन दोनों का वेट का डिफरेंस ही बोला ना 56 सॉरी 52 ही है 52 राइट सो 52 इज योर आंसर राइट ये हो गया तो इतना हमको समझ गया एवरीबडी गॉट राइट आंसर बट दिस इज अ ट्रेडिशनल वे एंड अ लॉन्गर वे टू डू इट we definitely can learn a shorter smarter way to approach these questions we can definitely learn a shorter smarter way to approach this question but nonetheless we should be aware about fundamentals so are you guys aware about fundamentals so far you are right ये fundamental है हम ऐसे solve करेंगे as a base concept कि basically the sum is changing when you change people so I multiply average with the total number of people to find the sum and then by subtracting sums I get how the sum changed and that is how I'm able to find out that what was the quantity or what was the value of the person who was removed or added in the group because that person ended up changing up the sum. Right? You understood this fundamental concept. Now let us understand how to do it in short. ठीक है shortcut समझाती हूँ इस क्वेश्चन की जगह पे let me help you solve it with shortcut of some question that we've already done. Let's say look at this question. We will look at this question, right? Where our answer was 88. What we found out, it was 20 people's average was 50 and when the topper was removed, it became 48. ठीक है So what is the base assumption here? Understand. Okay. The base assumption is if there are 20 people whose average is 50, we can say or we can assume that all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these 20 people, हर एक इंसान 50 वैल्यू का था. Can I assume this or not? Right? I can assume this. If there are 20 people whose average is 50, I can assume that each person was 50 kgs. So 50 added 20 times divided by 20, the average was 50. I can assume this. Yes or no? Yes. Now, after I can assume this, what is the change that happened? The change that happened was when there were 19 people, when one person was removed, average कितना हो गया 48. Average कितना हो गया 48. When the average became 48, basically what happened? All these people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, यहाँ पे 19 भी था. 19 इतने ही बचे बस राइट और सबका वेट 48 हो गया बिकॉज इसका एवरेज 48 है यस और नो yes or no yeah so now if I look at this logic what I realize is what has changed basically these all have become -2 right so these 19 people who were constant they all became -2 right they all reduced by 2 to 19 people so 38 was the reduction and this person to became 0 because this person became 0 and this person was removed. This person was removed. So इस person का 50 also got minus. कितने का चेंज आया? 88 का चेंज आया. जब तुमने 20 लोगों में से एक इंसान को निकाला और 19 लोग ही बचे, तो चेंज कितने का है? 88 का. मतलब the person you removed, that person's value was 88. Do you understand? Yes. Very good. अब यही लॉजिक हमें थ्रू आउट अप्लाई करना है. Right. Let's say we apply this logic on this question. The average of a class of 20 students was 15 years, and when the teacher was added, it became 16 years. Right? कैसे करेंगे हम? 20 people. Average was 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, 19, 20. All ये सारे लोग थे. इनका एवरेज कितना था? 15. मतलब ये सारे 15 थे. When teacher was added, the average became 16. And one more person, 21st person who did not exist earlier was added. Right? One more person was added. So what was the change overall? Change is +1 हुआ. +1 हुआ. कितने लोगों में +1 हुआ? 20 लोगों में +1 हुआ. Right? Plus this person's that this does not exist in 16 ही हो गया. +1 मतलब ये ऐसा +1 नहीं. Understood ना? कि 1 add हुआ और फिर 16. तो कितना हुआ? 20 + 16, that is 36. तो ये न्यू पर्सन जो ऐड हुआ उसका एज 36 था. यही आया था हमारा आंसर. Right? So whatever existing people were there, from 15 they became 16. So basically +1 happened 20 times. So 20 got added like that and 16 got added additionally. So 36 total got added. मतलब the teacher, the person who was added was, उसका age और उसकी value 36. ठीक है? So this is a shortcut for calculating instead of going formula way. But always keep formula handy. अगर कुछ भी twist आया, कुछ भी confusion हुआ, aware नहीं रहे shortcut कैसे apply करना है. Same goes for this question also. How does this question go ahead? Like if you want to do two-step approach, there is always a replacement option also, which I teach you eventually when we learn replacement. अभी हम additional removal सीख रहे हैं, right? So 14 people had 52, and then it became 50. If it became 50 after removing someone, it became 50. मतलब earlier for the remaining 13 people from 52 it became 50, right? So for 13 people, तुमने -2 किया, right? तो 26 कम हुआ, है ना? पर 13 people 52 से 50 हुआ वेट, तो 26 है. प्लस जो 14% था वो वाज रिमूव, उसका 50 भी रिमूव हुआ. नहीं, उसका 52 था ना ओरिजिनली, मैं वही सोचूं. उसका 52 भी रिमूव हुआ, तो आंसर बिकम 78, राइट? उसका ओरिजिनली 52 था ना, है ना? तो ये जो 13 लोग थे वो 50 से 52 हुए और 14% 52 से 0 हो गया because he was removed. So that is how 52 was added and this is 26. So this is how 78. So we know heavy person was 78. Similarly, we have 52 become 54. 52 became 54. So for 13 people, ठीक है, 52 became 54 का क्या मतलब है? For 13 people +2 हुआ, right? For 13 people, it happened +2. And for one person, 52 minus हो गया उसमें से. सही है? यही हुआ ना? For 13 people, you added 2, तो it became 26. और जो ये 14% था वो 52 से हो गया 0, तो ये माइनस हो जाएगा. So it is 26. So this is how you know that the heaviest person was 28 and the lightest person was 26. And then you can find the difference. So ऐसा equation orally भी हो जाता है if you apply the shortcut properly.